Let's talk about manifesting. So, for some reason, yes, I'm not going to deny that it works sometimes, but for some reason, there was always this limit on what I was able to manifest in my life. And things only really started working when I finally let go of them. It's weird. So I have this desire, but only when I let go of it and accept, okay, I just don't have that right now. It doesn't mean I'm never gonna have it. As soon as I did that, genuinely, things started to go into that direction of the things that I actually want to happen. It's weird. It's really weird. So in a way, we have to give up before we get what we want. And I don't know why. It's always the case. They say that with love especially, right? If you seek love, you're not going to get it. You're going to get some kind of fantasy, maybe. Sorry, I touched a piece of cake. But yeah. So a big thing that's where I was stuck and I had, I guess, a lot of resistance with was money. I'm going to tell you what helped me. What helped me after 30 years of struggling. And yeah, I have a past where I didn't grow up wealthy or privileged or anything like that. So maybe that influenced me now, and it is the cause of my resistance and stuff like that. You know what I did? I wasn't really able to just let go. Like, it did help a little bit just to feel more at peace. But the single thing that actually changed my financial situation was this. In my mind, I pretended to have what I already have. And when I did that, I saw, for example, I wanted to be rich, to not worry about money and stuff. So that was my true intention. I realized that's why I wanted to be rich. So in my head, I was just thinking, I found logically after this, I found all of the reasons why I'm already rich. It may sound strange, but it really changed something in me. Suddenly, I've not only felt at peace and content, but also I didn't have this urge to spend every bit of money that I had. It's weird, but suddenly I could save something each month, and I'm not saying it's perfect. This happened a few months ago only, and there's always reasons to spend money. We always find things or some unexpected thing comes up where we have to spend more than we anticipate. But it really severely changed something in me. Like, the best way to explain it is any money I got, I spent everything. And I was on zero. So I didn't create like debt or something. But I'm just thinking about my student debt that I'm not counting, but that's a different story. But basically everything that came in went out somehow. And the last 2 weeks I was always struggling. And I think most people are like that. But the reason is often because we feel like, I don't know, it's fear of missing out. It's, if you just think about it, like you want to buy a new whatever it is, like I did it with my shoes, for example. I had these fake Doc Martens shoes and now I have real ones, but I kept these shoes for like 3 years and I wore them until they were broken, like the zipper was broken. And even then I was just resistant because I'm like, since my mind changed and I had this shift in my mind, I was like, I don't know, they look good enough for me, and it's weird. Like I had sweaters with like holes in it, but it was made of merino wool, and I just still saw the value in it, you know? And I realized that anything that I buy, it immediately loses value. But if I buy something new in a month, it will not have value anymore because something will change. I hate these weird little bubbles that stuff gets. By the way, I made this shirt and it doesn't make these weird bubbles, but anyhow, I'm gonna start promoting my stuff in the future soon. But yeah, just seeing the value and seeing where are you rich, and without trying to, I don't want to say, how do I say this? Without trying to be like, oh, other people are starving, oh, other people don't have a house. Without being too much into that mindset, it still did help me to just put into perspective, like, where was I a few years ago? And this might not be the best thing if you went downhill a little bit, but just by realizing the value in the mind shift itself, it will make you so much richer if you think about it. Just think about what makes you rich, even just being able not to worry. So, why not jump directly to trying not to worry anymore and trying to work on that and working on our inner selves? And then I optimized my diet, for example, because health is wealth. And I wasn't, I didn't really feel bad anymore to spend a little bit more money on food, but I saw it as an investment into my future. Like, how much is it worth to live 10 years more, right? And then I got rid of my marijuana addiction, and then you go down the rabbit hole, and I was like, okay, now I'm still not happy with my life. I feel like I don't have time for the things I really love. And there's this report on the phone that I get, and it told me that I spend, I think, 14 hours or some ridiculous number on Instagram in a week, maybe more, I don't remember. But I was like, I don't even like Instagram. And yeah, I always complain about not having time for pursuing my creative endeavors and whatever else I want to do. But I spend so many hours on an app that I don't even really enjoy. And that was sad, and that felt like being poor to me. I just recontextualized what does richness mean to me and what does being poor mean to me. Like, being poor now means to me that you don't care about your body, you don't care about other people, you don't have the capacity to not be selfish, right? You don't love yourself. That's being poor now to me, and not if somebody happens to be born rich or not, or if somebody's privileged or not. And then obviously I see the privilege of just like, by just you being able to watch me, it means that you do have some kind of privilege because you have internet, you have your device, whatever, and it may not be the best, but it works. So just rethink, what does it mean, what you want, what does it really mean with love? Like, yes, it's a lonely world now, but there's just still so much work everybody can do on loving themselves, right? And we do need to do these things. There's no use to find somebody else to bond with in a insincere, in a superficial or toxic way, and then it will end anyways. And yeah, it sounds maybe a bit pessimistic to some, but to others, they will realize that it's part of letting go. And when you're able to let go, the last times I went on dates, I didn't change myself at all. Like, I was like, I don't care if I'm wearing makeup, if I'm wearing a hoodie or whatever. I'm not gonna it's a regular day for me, you know. And people really responded well to that, and that was strange. It was really strange. And whenever I put effort and whatever, it's almost like people immediately read it as being insincere. And maybe it is. Maybe it is being insincere. And not understanding your value is inherently insincere because you are so unique and special. To deny this is just, you know, the mere fact of being alive is beautiful, is amazing. But no, so many people want to be in a victim mentality all their lives, and it's just sad to witness. I really want to spread these messages because I want people to wake up and to avoid these things and to not live into their 50s or something until they realize, well, they realize all of these things and then they feel like it's too late. That's just so sad and it's unnecessary. Like, you can change when you're 80 years old. It doesn't matter. I saw a video and somebody mentioned that their grandma, which was about 80 years old, started therapy for the first time. And it was just so amazing for the whole family, you know? So it's never too late. A lot of people will tell themselves it's too late, I'm too broken, whatever. It's not. If you don't stop this, you will just be stuck. And you will regret it. And then you lay and you're like, okay, I'm gonna die soon. And then what? You will curse your past self. So don't be like that. And I'm still struggling with urges and stuff. I'm still, I don't know, want to smoke a joint or some bull crap, you know, sometimes. But I realize that this is not really me. This is demonic. That's how I call it. But you can, you know, use a lot of words to say, yeah, the past trauma and this emptiness and nihilism, you know. You can use many words. You can just say it's demons, whatever rules your boat. I don't know about these analogies. Anyhow, so yeah, I just felt like whatever I'm seeing, I'm gonna be able to buy it in 3 months as well with no problems. If it's not an emergency, if it's not like I have no shoes, right? I have no shoes, and even then you can always buy secondhand and stuff. You don't have to, like, what's the difference? What's the difference? Because things don't, everything is mass produced, things don't have value anymore. And you know, that's also one of the reasons I was hesitant with launching my own fashion brand, because I thought, well, oh, people don't care about it, people just want H&M and all of these things. But I also see that more and more people waking up to the fact that these companies are evil and they don't care about the environment, they don't care about people, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm just gonna do it anyways. Even if nobody cares, I'm gonna wear my own things. And that's it. If it's only 5 people who buy my things, I'm fine with it, you know? I'm already rich. And that's the only reason why I have money now, is because I feel rich and I feel like I'm too good for this nonsense that's everywhere. And I don't care if you call it, I don't know what. If you want to say it's negative, for whom is it negative? For the companies? For the CEOs who are already rich? Like, do we need this in this world? No. So I'm not gonna feed into that anymore, into this materialism, because richness is more. This is a narcissistic society. It's about numbers, it's about numbers in anything, numbers in money, so superficial. And I don't care about it anymore. That's not what it means to me anymore to be rich. And funny enough, I never had this much money, so to speak. I'm not saying I'm wealthy or anything in a physical money sense, but I'm not overspending anymore, and I'm keeping my shopping addiction in check. And it's a work in progress. but it's good to start. And you have to start with your mindset. That's what never worked for me, is just telling myself, don't do it. That never worked in the long run. Never. And it always felt like I was suffering in a way. Like I'm depriving myself. That's how it felt like. Until I changed my mind. Until I realized that nothing is special. Everything can be achieved in a year's time even. If I want something specific, I was the same with tattoos. Just I was like telling myself, because I wanted tattoos from a very young age, so I wasn't even allowed to. So I was telling myself, well, if I don't want it in 5 years, then it's not for me. And sometimes I put things in my cart, in my shopping cart, and yeah, you'll get maybe annoying emails. I don't read my emails about, oh, you forgot this in your shopping cart, but I'm happy with that sometimes, I'm just putting it in and then I just let it marinate. And then I'm like, well, do I actually need this? I saw these trousers, it's like from the hip, it's like cut. So it looks like a band here, and it's reminiscent of the 90s where they used to show their thongs actually, I think. But it's like wide and it just looks really cool. But then I realized if I just cut trousers here, I have the same effect. So, and it was 150 pounds, these trousers. So, like, I can't justify this, And it's from a brand I also don't want to support. It's from Nike or Nike or whatever people call it. So, just rethink these things, rethink it. And if you have people in your life that you can really be great, it has also to do with gratitude. If you have people, like, it's just priceless, and I just have one or two people that I feel this way about, but that's still priceless. It's still priceless. And little things that don't cost anything and they look expensive. This is from a charity shop, both of it, the print and this, and it's vintage, and it has so much more value than anything you can just buy, And it didn't cost anything. This stone was basically free, but it looks so expensive to me. I mean, the quality of the video is not that the best, but you get the point. Or this silver, I don't know. I got some pennies in there, but these things are way more valuable than any bull crap that they sell at TK Maxx, Another thing. This was a living creature, you know what I mean? It's just so much more valuable than like any plastic crap that I can buy at Poundland or whatever, making me feel like I can buy something. And I also tend to think more about other people. Now I have a son, I have pets, so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I can buy this, maybe they will enjoy it. And I really try not to just buy it for the sake of buying, and they actually enjoy it, So then I'm like, okay, that was a good investment, right? Or if I want to splurge money on some experience, a nice day, but I don't know. I just learned how to cook and all of these things properly and really to my taste. So it always feels like a waste of money to me. And and then I realized that actual rich people, like people really have a lot of money, they're not dressed in a way where it's obvious that they're rich, and they don't have the fanciest cars, like, these sports cars, these flashy. It's not flashy. It's not, it has value in a different way. Like, they value reliability, durability, all of these other things. And yeah, maybe status a little bit, but I'm making my own standards, and I think that's the real goal here, to make your own standards and to be wise about it. So yeah, I hope this was helpful or enlightening, and please contribute, and it's an open discussion. I invite you to just let me know what you think about this topic and where you're struggling, And I would also love to help if I can, if anybody wants to open up about something that they need help with. And yeah, have a good day. Bye.